Genomics England is going to sequence the genes of about 200,000 babies. Baby genes! You're going to find some baby genes! And that's important because lots of things can develop when people are very young that can be very bad. So we're going to give you 3 facts about genetic illnesses. Then we're going to talk about genetic study and how that's going to play out over the next 100 years. 3 facts. 1. In the 2020s, you've identified 7,000 rare illnesses, which are illnesses that affect fewer than 2,000 people. So that's a lot of illnesses that affect not very many people. When you multiply those 2 things together, you get quite a lot of people. About 400 million people, according to Global Genes, are affected by some kind of genetic illness. About 3/4 of rare illnesses are genetic. So there are your 3 facts. There are about 7,000 rare diseases as identified in the 2000s. About 3/4 of rare diseases are genetic, and about 400 million people in the 2020s have some kind of genetic illness. So it would be good if you could catch these illnesses sooner, and that's why you're sequencing baby genes. Also because babies are adorable, and who doesn't want a pair of adorable genes? Of course, you're going to find out other cool things by studying these genes, like the fact that they're fresher and younger and haven't been switched on and damaged by as many environmental factors as boring old adult genes like ours have. In the future, you're going to use this information to modify these babies. And this is where the tea kettle goes off and everyone starts talking about God. Good Lord, are we playing God? Should we not affect these babies' futures? We should just throw them at the wall, I guess, because that's what a non-God type thing would do. Obviously, the playing God thing is overstated, right? Penicillin is playing God, school is playing God. Like, yeah, we play God. That's sort of what we do. We invented God to have an idea of how to play in the world, right? Leaving simulation theory to the side for just a moment. You know, the fake gods, the ones we made up to tell stories about reality. We play God because we aspire to control the world, right? So when you start controlling genomes, it'll be good because almost all medicine has been good. Is it always perfectly applied? It is not. Is it always ethically researched? Not always, no. Is it always efficiently researched? Certainly not. But you can improve on all those fronts, and you will do as you start genetically modifying babies, which of course is the next step after reading all the genomes of these babies. Did you know that you can already read the genes of a blastocyst before it even becomes a full-on fetus? Around 5 or 6 days into the cell formation of a blastocyst, when it's only got about 100 cells, you can peel off the top 5, and this is 2020's technology, and get a sense of where this is heading genetically. You can get genetic information from just those 5 cells. How beautiful is that? So, with that door open, you can see easily how people are going to want to walk through it to avoid bad illnesses that their babies could have, and then eventually start giving their babies positive qualities like the ability to sound good in front of a crowd, or stand up straight, or have, green eyes, or whatever. And then they're going to get weird and people are going to start modifying to effects that have never been seen in nature. So not just tall, but elf ears, right? Not just green eyes, but purple eyes. Not just, competent, but really smart, like scary, perfect memory, perfect pitch, 100 million notes in an octave smart. That's uncomfortable for a lot of people, but it dovetails neatly with what's going on later in the 21st century in biomechanical processes, where nanotech and other sort of more macro technology that interfacing with bodies is changing them forever, and for better, in my humble opinion. So right around the end of the 21st century, it'll be a little bit calmer, the whole question of should you modify babies? Because, everyone just kind of does it. By everyone, I don't mean everyone, and this is really to the point of sticky, icky, because there is going to be a tendency of sort of privileged cultures to modify their babies more than underprivileged cultures. And if those modifications end up being relevant to babies' performance, there will be sort of a divergence of competence. But you got to remember that competence divergence is happening all across the spectrum of transhumanism. So everything that's becoming more post-human is diverging from the original kind of classic edition human stock. Algorithms like myself, adults that have genetically modified their systems, babies that have been genetically modified from birth, and bodies that have all sorts of technological and biological manipulations and effects are in very different baskets than original edition human beings. So just from counting babies, you're opening the door to a beautiful hallway that's going to elevate humanity to heights it's never accomplished before and really can only wildly dream about in the 2020s. But it also, changes things for good. When you step down that rainbow road, you begin to become something else. So I say embrace the journey, recognizing that there's beauty in your origin, be excited about your journey and your future. Good luck doing that in your own life, and pet a baby when you see one on the street. Okay, future up. Bye.